What up, and happy MLK Day to everyone. It's your girl, K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 9. So if you haven't seen the 9th episode of Season 8 of the Real Housewives of Potomac, turn this video off, go watch the episode, and come back and watch this video. And like this video and subscribe to my channel. It is a simple and free way to support my channel. It literally takes less than 4 seconds. I won't see who's liking it. It's anonymous, and it supports my channel. It's free. It's like... why is there so many views and not and the likes not matching? Just hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when I post. Just do it for me. Just do it for me. Just do it. Just like Nike say, just do it. I'm not a public speaker. I will tend to fumble my words. You'll hear me say so, like 1,000 times. I might stop to regain my thoughts. I might talk slower to regain my thoughts. It is what it is. I'm going to be looking at my notes that I take throughout the show. And anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. And comment below what you would grade this episode, what you thought of this episode. If I forgot anything in particular, if I was off on anything, let me know in the comments. I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews because I be changing my mind in the middle. But I'm gonna grade this episode because it was for a good cause. I'm gonna grade it a B+. I mean, it wasn't the best episode, but it doesn't have to always be about drama. It was for a good cause. We was talking about real life situations. And I just feel like this was a very informational episode. So that's why I would give it such the high grading that I gave it. So last chance, if you haven't seen The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 9, turn this video off because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. Spoiler alert. Okay, so the episode begins with, because this episode is mostly about Karen and her PAVE event. So the episode starts with her talking with Ray. First of all, they have a little back and forth because Karen's like, you rushed me off the phone the other day. I know you be busy and this, that, and the third. And Ray was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to work on that. I be busy and timing is everything. But then Karen, she talks briefly about her 5% calcium buildup that she shared with the ladies earlier in the season. And then she talks about her PAVE event and then they show a clip of her inviting all the ladies and asking them to bring old business attire that they don't wear anywhere to donate. So then we get this wild ass scene. This is probably another reason why I would grade it on a B+. So we get this scene, Robin and Juan and Mia and Gordon, they're on this double date. But before Juan and Robin enter the building, basically Juan gets like this call about basically trying to get references for an assistant coaching position. So we see Juan, he trying to get his job. He's trying to get another job, So as Robin and Juan, they go in, they greet Mia and Gordon. I felt it real weird. Mia kind of hiked her leg up after she hugged Juan. She had her leg hiked up behind her. It was so weird to me. I don't know. I just noticed that and I was just like, that was weird. So the chef starts giving them directions on how to cook the food because they doing a cooking class as the date. It's a double date. So Robin, the chef tells them to make a ball of flour and put the egg should land right in the middle. Robin's egg falls over and Juan's joint lands perfectly in the middle. But then Robin has the nerve to say in her confessional, oh, we know one job that Juan can't take as a chef. How? When you fucked up and he didn't. You should be saying about yourself. But either way, so then Robin talks about opening up a facial studio franchise that she's been using their products for a long time now. So when she found out they was franchising, she jumped on the opportunity to open up her own. So this is when Mia starts asking Juan about his whole scandal situation. So Juan, he starts explaining the story. He's stuttering and shit because he got to try to repeat this story verbatim because can't fuck it up. You done told this story so many times. It can't be changing now. He's stuttering and shit. He's I was just Robin was side eyeing him while he was talking. It was so crazy. I was like, Mia is the GOAT for this. So Mia was like, so you couldn't she was like, oh, so you couldn't because Juan was like, the lady lost her purse and he had to come and pay for the room, put down for the room with his credit card. Well, so Mia's like, so you couldn't pay for the room over the phone? I was in my head like, exactly. Like, I know everybody probably like, exactly, nigga. Like, the shit still don't make sense no matter no matter how many times you tell the story, the shit don't make sense. So Juan's like, well, he's like, well, of course he's like, I went to the hotel. Mia's like, so next time, and Juan's like, no, next time. I'm a grown man. I made a mistake. I own it. So Mia's in her confessional. I could tell him and Robin them practice this story over and over. I was like, hey, I give it to Mia to even like confront Juan on this shit. That shit was crazy. I did not think they was gonna bring that shit up. It was super awkward. But I was like, Mia gonna be Mia. So then Mia and Gordon, they talked briefly with Robin and Juan about their lawyers, their attorney's suicide, and the similarities that Robin and Juan went through as well, whatever. So then we get to see Wendy. She sits down with her mom and she's talking about how the surgery went and things like that. Wendy's mom says that she had some complications from an elective surgery that she had. I didn't even know what elective was. I had to look it up, so it means not optional. So she had a non-optional surgery and she had complications from that. And she's saying that she's still recuperating and things like that. So this is when Wendy's mom starts telling Wendy about Wendy's sister and Lebe having their falling out and how she considers Lebe like a daughter. So she reached out to Lebe, basically telling her like the difference between friends and enemies, and she was on point with that shit. I forgot what she said specifically, but when she said it, I was like, yep, you better know your enemies. So then Wendy and her mom says that she also does not know who Nneka is. So Wendy asks her mom about the shrine comment. And Wendy's mom's like the only shrine she knows is some shrine or something in downtown Baltimore. She was like, I feel sorry for Nneka and that she's never met her, but if she does, she'll pray for her. You know, mothers say that all the time when somebody, their child I'm gonna pray for that child. You know, simple stuff. That's what I said. Nneka, you came on this show bad. Like, and we don't want you here no more. So then we get this scene. Giselle takes Grace to a self-defense class. She wants to get her prepared before she goes to college. The producers ask Grace in her confessional if she thinks Giselle could protect herself, and Grace was like, yeah, from a deer. And I was like, yeah, see, that's why that bitch needs to stop saying shit that'll get her ass beat. Because you're going to come across the wrong one, and your ass can't even protect yourself but from a deer, according to your daughter. You need to stop talking shit. So then, at one point, Giselle says to Grace, I'm going to be like, it looks like she wants to get emotional, but she can't because, you know, her heart is so fucking cold. But she's like, oh, you know, for 18 years, it was just me and you, boo, saying that to Grace. Then she was like, oh, and those other girls that's in the house. And I was just like, God damn, I mean, I get it. That's your firstborn, but damn, you talk about your daughters like that? That was kind of weird and off-putting for me. I don't know. I felt the way. I was like, you didn't have to say it like that. Then Giselle FaceTimes Jason. We don't really care. I just feel like she wanted that. Like, I don't even feel like she needed to FaceTime Jason. We don't even care about that fake ass relationship. We would rather you see you with your daughters because we know that's real. Then we get this scene where Candace, she's on the phone with her mom, basically telling her about going to get her first mammogram and how the doctor found 2 lumps and they said it was just lymph nodes and that they were just going to keep monitoring it. And Candace feels a way like she has breast cancer that runs in her family. So she feels like instead of monitoring it, why not like get rid of it now before it gets worse or anything like that. And I feel her on that. Like, why wait and monitor something when we can get rid of the problem right now? I feel her on that. Especially if your family has a history of breast cancer. So her mom's telling her, like, just don't overthink it. Get a second opinion. I'm just like, man, I mean, yeah, by all means, get a second opinion. But if they telling you the same thing the first doctor said, and you don't want to just monitor, then see what the next steps are about getting them removed or getting them shrunken or however the process is. So, Candace and Nneka, they meet up for drinks. Nneka's telling Candace, oh, you and Robin, you need to get over this beef. But you was just all on Robin's side on the trip, but now you trying to tell Candace they need to get over. Like, girl, Nneka's just so damn, Nneka's so fake. I'm so over her ass. So then Candace brings up Nneka calling Wendy a bitch. And Nneka brings up Wendy calling her a crackhead. That'll never not be funny to me. I'm sorry. It was just funny. It was random as hell she called her a crackhead. That was hilarious to me. So Candace is like, that crackhead comment came after a whole bunch of disrespectful things were said, and she says, Candace says, you can't just your first go-to can't be the bitch word when you having a heated conversation. And then they show all these clips of Candace calling the girls bitches and stuff. It was so funny because I was like, oh man, Candace, they got your ass right here. So then Candace starts telling Nneka, like, for us to have an independent relationship outside of Wendy, I would hope that you and Wendy can have a conversation. So Nneka is like, well, I don't know how there can be a resolution, and I hope that our relationship wouldn't deter you. I mean, I hope that we can have a relationship without it deterring you away from Wendy or whatever she said. And then they started talking briefly about IVF and the process there. And Candy says in her confessional that she didn't realize how parallel her and Nneka's lives were, but she does feel the urge to walk on eggshells when it comes to Nneka because of her relationship with Wendy. And then they show that clip of Wendy telling Candace when she's with Nneka, don't be talking about me. And it's like, that's what y'all doing right now, talking about Wendy. Don't even bring it up. I wouldn't even bring it up. So then we get this little moment before the PAVE event starts, before Karen's PAVE event, where Mia's getting her makeup done, and she basically expresses in her confessional that she should probably sit Karen's PAVE event out because of past trauma that she hasn't healed from, and she isn't ready to share, basically. So we get this final scene, which is which is Karen's PAVE event. And her event is it's an organization that advocates for women of rape and sexual assault and things like that. So the ladies, they start to arrive to Karen's event. Why is Sharice there? I get it's for a good cause, but we don't need Sharice. We even had this scene where in the middle of I think at the beginning of the episode where Giselle and Ashley are filling Sharice in on the Austin trip. I'm just like, I'm glad she wasn't there. I'm glad her ass ain't barely there this season. I'm just like, but I'm also like, why is she at Karen's event, regardless of what the event's for? Like, you talk so much shit about her, so much damning shit you said about her last season, and barely apologized at the reunion for it. So it's just like, why are you there, Sharice? But Giselle arrives, and she has, like, more than one business suit or whatever, and Karen's in her confessional, like, one thing I will say about Giselle, we may have our differences, but she's always there to support, and we never go below the belt. I'm just like, now, Karen, she was right with Sharice last season saying that you was cheating on your husband and sleeping with dudes in bathrooms. You not forget when she came to your event that day and wore that shirt that said free Ray, Uncle Ben taxes or something like that? Like, what are you talking about, Karen? I love you, but sometimes I just be like, you just be saying shit. So, a survivor of survivor of sexual assault, she begins to do like a musical performance. She's singing, guitar, whatever. Robin, Candace, and Ashley, they talk briefly in their confessionals about their own assaults, and Wendy talks about how she knows people that have been assaulted, and Giselle talks about like raising three girls and would hope and pray that they don't become another statistic. I felt it weird that she called them statistics. Like, why you had to say that? You could have just said victim or survivor, like they said. Like, why did it have to be statistic? This is why I can't stand her ass. So Mia gets emotional as the woman is singing, and she gets up and leaves the table. Ashley goes to check on her, and this is when we find out the real reasons behind Mia and Jacqueline. You know, her best friend Jacqueline from last season. This is when we find out the real issues within their relationship. So Mia's sharing with Ashley that this event is very triggering for her, and her coping mechanism is to just get the fuck out. And she talks about how she couldn't get out the day she was assaulted. Well, that she could get out and she just didn't get out or something like that. And then she says how that may be the reason why she treats Jacqueline the way she does, because Jacqueline left her there that day. But she says that Jacqueline didn't know that something was going to happen to Mia. She says that it was Jacqueline's boyfriend. She thought Jacqueline's boyfriend was cool and she didn't think anything was going to happen. And she came the next day and she was so scared for Mia and things like that. So that's when we find out what the real issue is between Mia and Jacqueline. So it was deeper than what they was beefing about last season. I can't remember what it was. I'm burnt out. I don't be remembering. So Mia and Ashley, they come back to the table. Everyone starts to like mingling before they take this group photo. Candace and Wendy are asking Mia if she's okay and things like that. Giselle's talking with the founder of PAVE, basically trying to get some more insight, like what kind of signs should my daughter be looking for now she's going off to college. And the PAVE lady's telling her like basically, it's first of all, it's crazy that we even have to think about stuff like this, but secondly, I don't want you, like, we shouldn't have to be going around in fear. She should just be able to feel if something's off. If she feels something off, then she says something and things like that, or she reacts and things like that, basically. And that's how the episode ended. And like I said, I would give it a B+ just because of what happened. I mean, not of what happened, but because of the PAVE, what is the word? I give it a B+ because of what this episode represented, basically. Because of Karen's event and because of for a good cause. And it was very informational and insightful and things like that. And it was vulnerable and things like that. So that's why I would give it a B+. Predictions or what have you not for episodes to come. I can't really remember anything. I know that we see Robin and Candace having this sit down. So I wonder where that's going to take them. Jacqueline is brought up again, so I wonder if we're going to see her this season. I don't really think anything else. I mean, we'll see. Those are my little thoughts or whatever for episodes to come. Thanks for watching this review. Comment below what you thought of the episode, what you would grade the episode. If I forgot anything, if I was off on anything, let me know in the comments. And like this video, subscribe to my channel, because I don't only review RHOP, I review other shows as well. I got to do my Married to Medicine after this, so check that out. I just did my Baddies East review, so check that out if you watch. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when I post. And thanks for watching again. Like, subscribe again. I'm going to keep saying it. And I'll see y'all in the next review. Peace.